Welcome to another episode coming at you from ChooseYourRelationships.com, author of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. So I got a question from a long time listener, and he wanted to know, should guys have a side piece in this day and time? Should guys have a side piece in this day and time? And that's really a good question. And this is not really a yes or no type response to this question. But I would say is that most guys, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I never tell guys that they should have a woman on the side, because I know that most guys have a hard time with just one woman. So you have to take things step by step. You have to learn how to manage one woman first before you try to have another woman on the side, or before you try to have multiple women. And you don't have to be married to do this today, especially in this day and time. If I was in my 20s, I would never think about getting married today. Today, women are giving up the farm today. They're giving up everything without very little commitment from guys today. And see, 20 years ago, and even when I was growing up, that was rare. A woman would at some point would ask for some type of commitment before she give up the farm. And another thing that's changed is you can be an average guy today, and sometimes mediocre, and have multiple women. And see, when I was growing up, the only guys that had multiple women were the player types, the players. If you were an average guy, you couldn't really afford to have multiple women. But today the game has really changed. The environment has changed, and a lot of guys don't have standards, and it is what it is today. But one thing I would say is, if you get into a monogamous relationship, at some point in time, somebody is going to get bored or complacent or get comfortable with somebody in a relationship. Because what usually happens is, most of the time today, most couples that you see, the whole reason they got together in most cases was built upon a lie. Somebody's lying, and over a certain amount of time, someone usually gets exposed, or one person says, this thing ain't going the way I want to, so I don't want to necessarily break up, but I'm gonna have somebody on the side. That's what usually happens in most cases. That's happens a lot. So I say all that to say, at some point in time, somebody's going to get bored, get complacent, and somebody's going to sneak out anyway, in most cases, because the relationship in most cases don't really have no foundation. And most of these couples that you see, they're not, a lot of these guys, these women aren't really down with them like that anyway, to be honest. I mean, if the right guy comes along, most of these guys, they'll get dropped. They'll get dumped. And, it's just like, I was talking to this dude the other day, one of my friends, and he was telling me when he's out and about meeting women, he said he never asked them if they have a boyfriend. And I told him, I said, I don't either. Because in most cases, it doesn't really matter. Because the guys that they're with, they're not really with these guys. It's kind of like he's alright, but she ain't really into him like that. Because I made a video a long time ago, and I said, if your woman doesn't submit to you, she ain't your woman. She's somebody else's woman. She's the pastor's woman or somebody else's woman, but she ain't your woman if she won't submit to you. If she's combative, argumentative, doesn't trust anything you say, your word is weak, your word ain't law, she ain't your woman. She's somebody else's woman. And most of these couples you see, that's what it is in most cases. So and some of these people can be married. The same thing. The rules, I mean, it doesn't really change very often. I don't know too many happily married people. I don't know too many happily married couples. Very few that I know. You have any woman that would entertain a stranger walking down the street, some random guy walking down the street for a couple minutes, she's probably not happy at home. And things are it's probably not the way she would like, or not the way she wanted it to be. But at the same time, 9 times out of 10, the foundation of the relationship was built on a lie from the get-go, because you have two people that aren't really being honest what they really want. They're playing that status quo type game of like having relationships. You have one person is saying everything that sounds good. You have the other person that's just kind of like putting on a performance, like being on stage. She dressed good, she played a part, hair done, nail done, shoes, dress, all that. But if you talk to her, I mean, if she really take the mask off and you really get to know her, it's like it's nothing really there once you get past the flesh. And she knows she can't really say what's on her mind to her man, husband, whatever he is, because he can't take it. He can't take the truth. He'll lose his mind or flip out. And so that's what most relationships are built upon. It's built upon lies. That's why it doesn't really last that long. That's why eventually I say, somebody's going to slip out and have somebody else on the side anyway, for the most part. So, but at the same time, if you're a guy and you're the truth, you want to live your truth, and you're tired of dipping and diving and hiding and living a lie, I just think people should be honest. I think you should be honest with your woman. And I think if a lot of guys haven't tried to be honest with their women, I think if you tried to be honest with the women that's in your life, I think you would be surprised by their response. And you have to keep in mind, when you tell a woman how you feel, 9 times out of 10, she ain't gonna like it. But she'll respect you. She'll respect where you stand. And that doesn't necessarily mean she's gonna leave. And if she do leave, let her go. She ain't for you. There's somebody out there for you. There's somebody out there. There's some woman out here that's willing to respect where you coming from and where you stand. Trust me. There's somebody for everybody. It really is. So a lot of guys haven't tried to be honest with their woman. Not even one time. Not even one time. Unfortunately. But I used to be that way up until I hit the 30s. Once I hit the 30s, I just started being honest with women. I just said what's on my mind. And you don't have to be an asshole about it. You don't have to be an asshole about it. You can be calm, cool, and collective. And you let women make the decision on what they're willing to do. Because either she's in or she's out. That's what it is. So once you're able to manage being with one woman, yeah, maybe you need a side woman. Because, you know, after you've been together for a long time in a monogamous relationship, 10, 20 years, 30 years, I mean, I think it's quite natural for a guy to want another woman in some type of capacity, even if it's for conversation. And it's not just about sex either. A lot of men and women think it's all about sex, but no, sometimes you just need somebody to talk to different. You just need somebody to spend time with that's different from the normal routine and the complacency sometimes. That's all. So I feel like if any guy can handle being with another woman on the side or having multiple women, more power to him. That's how I feel about it. I don't see it as a right or wrong thing. I just see it as, hey, do what you do that works for you. At the end of the day, we got to stop following each other. You can't follow what worked for your grandfather, your grandmother. I mean, some of that stuff you can follow, but that might not work for you. So if that doesn't work for you, maybe you should find something else that works for you. And you have to keep in mind, when you go against the grain and do something different, it's always going to be somebody that's going to say something. You can't please everybody. That's just what it is. You know, you just have to respect the process. You know, a guy told me a long time ago, if you be good to the game will be good to you. So respect the process, believe in yourself, and, you know, the worst lie you can tell is to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. If you know you can't be with one woman, if you know at the core that I just can't be with one woman, just be honest. Just be honest. And there's some women that would still be down with you. But it's your business. Everybody doesn't have to know what goes on with you and your woman, or multiple women. Some people talk too much. Some people just need to keep their damn mouth shut. So hey, that's what I think about that ultimately, you know. So hey, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share this video, and P.S. and by the way, check out my website, badboysecretsclub.com, and go over there and get your free book, my best-selling book, Love Can't Wait. Go over there and get your free book for a limited time only. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.